Replacing Chalmers torque rod bushings can be done easily and quickly in any shop without the use of a press or special tools, using the following steps as a guide. The front tire should be chocked to prevent the vehicle from moving. Remove all drive axle, brake, or wind-up loads by placing the transmission in neutral and releasing the driveline brakes. Now lift the rear of the vehicle. Support the frame on stand so all the weight is just taken off the suspension. To reduce the chances of prematurely replacing a good bushing, the following steps should be used when inspecting all Chalmers bushings. Using hands only, attempt to move the torque rod ends, checking for free play. If free play is felt, the bushing should be replaced. Do not use a pry bar or lever to check for free play. To do so may lead to premature bushing replacement. You should only work on one torque rod at a time. Start by removing the 5/8 inch joint fasteners and the spigot caps. Discard the fasteners, keep the spigot caps for inspection and cleaning. Remove the torque rod from the spigots by prying at each end until it comes free of the spigots. By completely removing and refitting one torque rod at a time, the chances of torque rod mix-up is eliminated. To remove the bushing, place the torque rod on a workbench or on the floor with the bushing end facing up. Remove the bushings by inserting the tip of a large screwdriver down between the bushing and the torque rod eye and prying it out. Discard the bushing. Using a wire brush and a scraper, clean any rust, scale, and rubber accumulations from the spigots, torque rod eyes, and the spigot cap. Take particular care to clean the inside taper of the torque rod eye. Inspect the torque rod eyes, spigots, and spigot caps for visual cracks and wear. If the torque rod eye or spigot cap shows visual cracks, the part must be discarded and replaced. Refer to the service manual for wear limits. Chalmers allows for wear in its design by providing oversized replacement bushings. Next, liberally lubricate the inside diameter of the torque rod eye and the outside diameter of the replacement rubber bushing with a quality rubber lubricant such as Rim Slip or equivalent. It is important that you never use any mineral-based oils, greases, jellies, or solvent soaps as a lubricant. Doing so will lead to the premature failure of the bushing. Place the torque rod on a solid level floor with the open eye end up. Place a rubber bushing onto the eye so the outside tapered end of the bushing just enters the eye. Try to make sure the bushing is as even as possible to the eye. With a heavy, soft-faced mallet, quickly strike the bushing to drive it down into the eye. You should repeat this procedure for the second bushing. Tap with the mallet to drive the bushings completely through the eyes until they are positioned evenly. Liberally lubricate the torque rod rubber bushings and the relevant spigots with a quality rubber lubricant. Next, push each end of the torque rod onto its relevant spigot. Using a heavy, soft-faced mallet, drive the torque rod onto the spigots. For best results, alternate end to end so the torque rod bushings travel evenly over the spigots. Continue driving until the bushing contacts the spigot bottom face. Finally, press the spigot caps into the ends of the torque rod bushings. Secure the ends in place using new 5/8 inch fasteners and torque them to 135 foot-pounds. It is important to check the torque. Failure to check the torque could lead to fastener failure and consequent loss of vehicle control. It can also void your warranty. This procedure is the same for each torque rod. Continue changing each bushing to complete the suspension rebushing. It is important that you use only new Chalmers approved 5/8 inch fasteners for the joints. This concludes this service chapter of the video. Please contact Chalmers if you require further information.